Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is me, Trayvon Jones, Conscious Talk Channel. I just wanted to just come on real quick because I wanted to talk about this whole dating situation. What I'm noticing in America is a lot of men have checked out of the dating. A lot of men have decided that they don't want to date American women anymore. You are always going to have the group of men who are going to pander to women, basically just to have sex with them. And a lot of times when women have bad attitudes and they're, coming off standoffish and thinking that they're better, a lot of times you have men that will aggressively come after them because they want to have sex with them. They want to have sex with these women to break them down, basically. You know what I mean? And a lot of times these women think that these men are actually interested in them. But the reality is, the men are not necessarily interested in them. They just want to have sex with you, ladies. That's what the deal is, because honestly, a lot of men are realizing, even a lot of men who are raised by these single mothers and these women today are realizing that the dating market is full of crap. Women are always playing games. Women cheat way more than men. Women don't want to play the texting game. You text them, they don't want to text you back. They want to play all these games that a lot of men are just checking out altogether. You have a lot of passport bros, but you have a lot of men who are not even in the passport game. They just simply don't want to date. You have a lot of men also who says it's just cheaper to pay for the pussy, basically. Pay for it. It's easier to just pay for it. You can get right to the good stuff right off the bat. You don't have to play no games. Here's your $300 or whatever it costs, and keep on pushing and going about your business. Have a good day. Because think about it. To court a woman today is financial ruin, basically. You have to take them out. They don't want to go to Applebee's, or they don't want to go to, Red Lobster or Sizzler. They want to go to a nice upscale restaurant where you spending all this extra money and you don't even know these people. You don't even know this woman. But she thinks that you're supposed to take her to some big high end where you spending all your money type situation. Not taking in consideration that, you shouldn't have to do that. But in some women's minds, they feel like, well, you're being cheap because you want to date all these different women and you want to just date, go out on all these different dates. And the reality is, if I'm trying to meet someone and trying to find the right one, yeah, I'm trying to date different people and do what I need to do to find the right person that I want to be with. You know, but it's just too much of a hassle to try to date women in America, trying to make them happy. And God forbid that they have a child or have children. You would think that a woman with children would be nicer, more humble, will be quicker to want to satisfy the man. But you have a lot of these women who think that they're still the prize with a bunch of kids latched on and wanting to latch on to some man that ain't even their daddy. A lot of you women need to learn how to pick better fathers for your children and learn how to stay with them, because you having all these babies with different men and then deciding, well, I don't want that man, but then you want a high value man or some new man to come in and just play stepdaddy and come be Captain Save a Hoe. Them days are over with. Men are just knowing that this is a bad deal. You're getting a bad deal doing this type of thing. Why is it so difficult for a woman to understand that, especially if a man don't have any children? Why would he purposely want to get with a woman that already has children? He can't discipline them. He can't basically raise his voice to them. He can't say that. He can't. All he can do is just basically just be financially responsible for them without the respect. And if the father's still involved, now you got to deal with this man too. Why would you want an already made family, man? Why would you want that? A lot of these women are delusional. America got these women hyped up thinking that they can go live their lives, have babies with men that mean absolutely nothing, not going to do anything for them or the children. And then they expect some man to be Captain Save-A-Ho. This is the reason why men are checking out of the dating regardless. And what's so funny is that you have a lot of women who look at men like, why aren't you talking to me? Why aren't you playing my game? Oh, he must be gay. But the reality is you have a lot of men that just don't want to deal with American women because we realize just not worth it. The games that a lot of American women play is just not worth it at this point. And you're losing, you're losing as a man in America. It's better to just go ahead, get your money up, get your body together, you know, uh, and get your passports. And if you do want to, mess around, with American women, find the best quality that you possibly can. But getting married to these women in America is a bad deal with alimony, child support, all these things. And I'm all for, taking care of your children, but you shouldn't have to give money to a woman just to take care of your child. That's crazy to me. And having to give all this child support, that's why I'm so glad that some of these states are following suit with stopping that ongoing, alimony. That forever alimony. That's some bullshit. And you got a lot of women that are angry because they are taking away the alimony that's supposed to last a lifetime. All the while you still fucking some new dude. You fucking a new dude, been fucking a new dude. You know what I'm saying? This short of having a baby by his ass, but yet you are still collecting a check from your ex-husband? That's insane. These women talking about, well, I had to give up my career. The delusion, y'all. And they've been getting away with this for the longest, y'all. See, men are starting to get alimony now. This is the reason why I believe that these laws are starting to change, because men are starting to get alimony now, and they can't have this. Women are going to fight that shit tooth and nail. It's okay for these broads to get alimony and child support, but heaven forbid that a woman has to pay alimony to a man. That's why I believe that these laws are starting to change now, y'all. But dating in America, in the West, is a bad deal all the way around. If you are gonna have some friends, if you're gonna deal with certain type of women, be very selective. But I'm gonna tell you right now, when I see an American black woman, I go in the opposite direction. When I see an American black woman, I don't even deal with them. Matter of fact, I don't even really deal with any type of woman, but especially a American black woman. Because a lot of American black women, I'm sorry, especially when you're working with them, they act like white supremacists, y'all. They help white supremacy. This is what they do, especially when they are in authority, they're in administration. Can't date them type of bitches. I stay away from them type of hoes. Them type of bitches can't be around. Because they have no respect for you, black man. They have no respect for you at all. They're not going to respect you. They're going to talk all over you. A lot of these bitches don't even listen. They can, especially when you have two females talking, they will talk over you. They will ignore you. They will just, you get to say, hey, and before you know it, these bitches is over here talking all over you. Very disrespectful. That's why I have no problem with talking over a woman, cutting her off. I have no problem with doing that, because being a nice guy and trying to be respectful and courteous and all, that don't work with black women, especially. That, and white women. They got that bad too. Especially when a white woman and a black woman get together, that white supremacy shit really just start kicking. Like, here, let me show you how to treat your man, black woman. See, this is with the effinism. This is how you do this. You don't respect the black man. Get a white woman and a black woman together, you can forget the respect, black man. You can forget it all day long. They get real disrespectful. They're going to talk over you and just be disrespectful towards you. So dating in America, a lot of men are just checking out, and rightfully so. Now, I believe that we are Hebrew Israelites. So shout out to my Hebrew Israelite family. But with that being said, we're not supposed to date outside of our race. We're supposed to date within our side of our race. But black women make it so difficult for you to want to date them marry them, because we're supposed to marry our women. We're supposed to have families with our women. We're supposed to build our nation up. That's what we are supposed to be doing as so-called black people, as African Americans, who, are, in my opinion, are the Hebrew Israelites. My belief. We're supposed to be building up our nation. But it's very difficult. What we're doing, what you see in a lot of black men, so-called African American black men doing, are going into other nations of women. And that's a sin. That's a sin. We're not supposed to be going unto Filipino women, Asian women, Latina women, African. We're not supposed to be doing all that kind of shit unless they're a part of us. But every so-called black person that, that we're not the same people. A lot of us. And we're not supposed to be going in unto them like that, making babies with them. Because in spite of what you may think, that is not a black child. When you have a baby with another nationality, that child is not black, y'all. That's a mixed race child. That is not a black child. I know that's what we like to believe, because it only takes one more generation to remove you completely, black man. You'll be removed completely if that child that you have with that other nationality goes back into their nationality. You're removed immediately. So we're sinning at a high rate, even dealing with other nationalities. But what are we supposed to do when American black women are just all fucked up? You got Lizzo over here with her fat ass over here mad at the world because she's over here fat shaming people, but every 5 minutes her black ass is getting on the internet talking about, I'm being fat shamed and I'm just gonna stop singing altogether. I've been waiting for her ass to get the fuck on. But a lot of times when people are usually complaining about shit, they're usually the ones that do it. She is always complaining about being fat shamed, but this is the society that we're living in. She's fat. They glorify being fat. Every time I go on the internet, I see some fat woman dancing. She's being praised for it. She's being praised. Yeah, you go, girl. You go, girl. You doing that. But then let that fat girl piss you off. You fat bitch. You Lizzo size hoe. That's the first thing these bitches that's over here giving props to a fat motherfucker dancing and, don't want to fat shame. But then in the same breath, let that fat woman piss your ass off. She gonna be every fat bitch in the book. So yeah, I'm all for building up our nation, but we got to get it together, black men and black women. But see, you got to go where the problem is, and it ain't the black men. I know that you got a lot of women, especially, these Cynthia G's and Michi X's and all these other motherfuckers over here, talking about how the black man this and the black man that. First, you want to be pro-black, but I don't know how you can be pro-black when you got a white daddy, but you want to be pro-black, but all of a sudden, but when a motherfucker piss you off now, is black men this, black men are always doing that, and black men hurt me, and black men rape me, and black men, this is all you get from these bitches. The Michi X's and the Cynthia G's and all the rest of these, Paris Milans and all these other motherfuckers who were built up by a black man, by the way, as simp as he is. Boyce Watkins, or whatever the fuck his name is, who waited for a woman after she didn't have babies with some whole other dude. You waited after 30 years just to get with a woman who rejected you at first. Then raised some other man's kids, and now 30 years later, you get to marry her? Interesting. Yeah. I'm sorry, that's a fucked up ass deal, dealing with some of these women in the West. They're fat, out of shape, got a bunch of kids already, but they want a high value man and they want to be taken care of and taken seriously. Yeah, dating is over with, y'all. Dating in America is definitely over. But tell me what you think. Like, share, and subscribe, and press that thumbs up. And I'm going to see y'all on the next video. Peace out.